week's Love Bite Live with Dr. Girish Kumar. He's the founder and chief healing officer at Human Connect.
Y'all. And this is my wife, Jyotsna Ramachandran, the CEO of Human Connect.
In the meanwhile, let me tell you what's going to be today's topic. It is all about how good work-life balance can help you build great relationships.
Because now after COVID, I see most of the client coming here and talking that we don't have boundaries. What time we are working, what time we are with the family. We are not able to see the difference from the office. They are calling, and before it was like this time to this time they work, and now they do not have. So I thought that let's have this time. A lot of people also ask about this, so we thought that we will talk about this topic very powerfully and in depth.
So one thing
Yes.
I've noticed, Girish, the difference between relationships and all other areas of life. For example, if a student wants to crack a competitive exam, they know they have to put time and effort,
Yes.
right? If a person wants to improve their, let's say, um, fitness level, they know they have to put time and effort. It is understood. But there is this one area of life which we all mostly take for granted, thinking that the minute I marry the person that I love, or the minute I have a beautiful family and kids, everything is sorted, and the need to invest time and effort becomes, something that people take for granted. What do you think about this, Girish?
So, seeing all other places, performance are being judged by the third person. Here it is inside the family. That's why we take for granted.
It's very intangible.
Yes, and we don't know that because of the present situation in the house that gives us everything. I personally feel that the family time and the relationship with outside should be proper. That is work and personal life balance is very important because it needs nourishment.
Yeah.
Without nourishing, so anything for that matter, if you put a seed into the soil, it needs nourishment to grow up. Same way in the relationship also, in for the relationship with the family, if nourishment is not there, you will not have a beautiful life, personal life. See, in the office, there is nourishment that we take personal courses, we go to the different places, we
To
learn
upgrade our
from
skills.
we learn from our bosses, we learn from our subordinates, we learn from peers. See, learning is always there. That's why we see that we are constantly upgrading. If you see entry level, we will be there. After 5 years, you will say, I'm the general manager of this company. Same way in the house also it is like that. So when I remember when we started our life, that I was full time into cafe coffee. So my 80-90% was time in that company, and I was enjoying. I did not know that I should have a work life balance. So when after getting married, slowly I am able to understand that, and after children came, it become very important now. So I and Jyotsna is going to share how we did that and got the work life balance correct in our life. So that's what we are going to share here and see that how can you make it in your life better.
Yeah, absolutely. So the bottom line is your relationship is yet another important dimension of your life which needs your time and energy. And for you to give that time and energy, you need work life balance. Because otherwise, by default, when others demand our time, we immediately give it to them, which is at our work. So what we end up is we have nothing left for our
Yeah,
family.
we take the time from our family. That's why we say that. So we saw a lot of challenges in this COVID time. So for me and Jyotsna, we work from home from past 8 years. She's past 10 years. So we know that boundaries how we made very strong. But now for people now after COVID, uh, when the COVID time and now also so many companies it's work from home. So maybe this will be very interesting for people who are working from home. Yes.
So,
So
for all of us to implement this work life balance in an easy way, we've come up with 4 steps. Okay, so those of you who love to take notes, grab your pen and notepad and start taking notes Because at the end of this, we don't want this to be a session where you've heard and you've written some great comments and you move on with your life. But we actually want you to implement these and come back and tell us in the next week's Love Bites Live as to how this has made a difference to your life.
Yes.
So let's
So
get
what
started.
is the first step, Jyotsna?
I think we should always start with assessing where we are right now. Right? So step one is going to be to assess your current work situation. Currently, what's going on at your work? Right? So how many hours do you work? From what time to what time do you work? So try to understand the current situation well. Right? Are you really being productive? Okay, you may be working for 12 hours or 10 hours or whatever, but are you really being productive during those work hours? So these are the things you need to ask yourself to assess your current situation.
And I can add some more points in that. We should always see that, are you happy with your current job? See, I had seen that people, they don't perform. That's why they take more time in the workplace because they want to prove themselves that they are doing properly. Yes, some people are like that. Some people, they will be like workaholic. They don't know the boundaries and they keep on working, 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 working until the time they feel that, wow, I'm done with that. Some people, it's like you will see that your family is complaining and or your partner is complaining. That means there is some problem. That's why they are raising that
Concern.
issue. That otherwise they will not raise that. So I want you to hear that properly. So why they are saying, because when we are into the task, we are into it. We are not able to see that no, I am doing correctly. I am taking care of my family. I am taking care of my children. I am bringing money into that house. Money alone is not enough for to make your life beautiful.
Yeah. I'm
Then,
glad you touched upon this important aspect of being fulfilled in your job. This is one thing which we go in detail during our VIP days.
yes,
During our VIP day, we work with our
clients.
clients to understand what is their divine gift. Because for most of us, I would say 99% of us, we have chosen a career based on at that point of time what advice we got to get a good job. It would probably have no connection with your divine gifts, that is your unique skills that is gifted to you. So if that is not in alignment, what happens is how much of a time you spend at your work, you will not be productive and you will not feel fulfilled also. So these are some self reflections you need to do. That is the step one. Are you happy in your job? How many hours are you working? Is your family complaining? So what understand the current situation before going to the next step.
So second step is what changes you can make. So
Mhm.
now you assess yourself. Step one, the four subtitle we had taken that energy, so you know exactly what is that. Now you should see that how can you modify
Yeah.
that steps. So tell me, Jyotsna, what is that? How you are going to do that?
See, first of all, ask yourself, can you make any changes to your work hours? Is it possible? Because a lot of times we are very rigid. Maybe 5 years back, you started your job with a in a particular way, working in a particular number of hours. There is nothing written on stone that it cannot be changed. But sometimes we don't come out of the box and think. We don't use our creativity to come up with a different solution. So ask yourself, are you happy with the work hours or can you modify it? Can anything else be done so that you can spend that extra time with your family? That's one thing that you can definitely start off with. That's the first change you can make. Can anything be done with your number of working hours?
Then you can become more productive. How can you more productive in your work, and you see that how that can be changed here? Because as I told you before,
Mm.
the productivity plays a major role, because once you are not productive from inside, you will feel that you are hollow, you are not done. And when you come home also, you will not be able to connect,
Yeah.
because you cannot be in that energy to be happy with your loved ones also. When they come to you, you cannot even answer properly, you cannot be in that space properly. So I want you to understand that if the productivity is not good, understand that something you are lacking, because you are not putting time and effort to upgrade yourself in that space.
Yeah, that's an important thing. Maybe you've not invested time in a long while to upgrade yourself, which is why you're not productive enough. Or it could be some smaller things. Basically, what we mean by productivity is, can you achieve better results by giving lesser number of time, because you need that extra time to go back and give it to your family and other personal things, right? That is the work life balance we're talking about. So at times it could be a small thing like hiring an assistant, especially if you're on your own, you're an entrepreneur, you're self-employed. For a long time you may be working all by
Alone.
yourself. Like Girish did that for so many years. I have done that mistake for a long time. But the minute you have an assistant, or somebody to help you with one aspect of your work, your life changes, because now you know that many hours you have with yourself for your family.
And you will concentrate more on what you are specialized at, what you are good at. So
Yeah.
see, when you start any, so many people are now starting up. They are learn from their mistakes and all these things. Since we had gone through that, we understood that maybe in the starting, yes, we did everything. So now today we are very strong. Whatever, whichever area is going wrong, we immediately know that they are not doing this. They are not doing this. What we told. So we cross check with them that did you do this? Did you do that? So that experience make you proper and powerful, but make sure that the things which you don't need to put more time, please don't waste your time there.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be a small shift, like you may be working from your living room, but instead, if you had have a dedicated workspace at home, especially for those of you who are in this hybrid or a work from home situation, you need to have a dedicated space and time to work from home so that you become more productive. These are like small things, and we've seen a lot of our clients who travel for like 1.5 hours to reach work. But maybe it never occurred to them that they could ask for a shift to a branch that is closer to their house. Just small changes like these can give you so much more time for yourself.
And as George told that when you invest time on yourself, you know that different skills that you have, mainly you can change your profession, or you can see that which consume more time for your development. See, everything is like experiment unless you don't try something different. Because before George started this business, we were working in a corporate. After that, she started a business one, two, three, change, and four and five, fifth business is what now she's is there for more than 8 years. So like that, unless you don't take steps to understand yourself, then you cannot have this work-life balance properly.
Yeah, and this has got nothing to do with your age, because this is one conversation we've had with a lot of people. They feel that, oh, I have been a lawyer for 25 years. Now, how can I change my life?
Anytime you
Yeah,
can change
if
if
like,
you
yeah,
put time. Because I'm not saying that today if, come out of a side
not
by side.
immediately. Yeah.
Okay, you should have at least 2 3 years of experience doing something what you want to do in the future. Before I came into this field, now 8 years only professionally I'm doing. 10 to 15 years I was doing this just like that
Just
as
like a
an
hobby.
hobby I was doing. And before that, it was for learning. For me, I was doing to correct myself. So after that, it was a hobby. Now, past 8 years is a full-time profession. It is.
Yeah. So don't get caught up in this thought that, oh, I studied only this. I
Mm.
I have been doing this for all these years. Now how can I change? So if you feel in the previous step, if you felt that yes, there is some kind of unfulfilled feeling, maybe there's a small change that your boss in the current company is not, good. So you can change your job and move to another company. Or if the work itself is not in alignment with your divine gifts, you can absolutely shift to another career. And also, while making these changes, go back and reflect on those
Why?
complaints your family has been having. Like if your kids are saying, "Oh, daddy, you never play with me," or your wife is like, "When is the last time we went out for a movie?" When these kind of complaints are constantly coming, see if you can figure out ways to address these complaints. The next thing, Girish, is the third step.
Yeah. Creating work boundaries by discussing with your partner. So this is very very important. And tell what time you work. So for me now, even my staffs know what time I'm working, what, because the schedule is done 1 month in advance. For this month, by 25th itself, schedule is created for next month. So exactly my wife know where all are free times for me, where and all we are going to do. My vacation means it is brought into that calendar before itself. So I know that this days I don't work. And my staff also know this times I don't work. And if I have any family function, all these things that during the work hours, it is captured in that so that they don't give that slot to any other clients also. So there is a boundary that, see, it's all our can be what we create. That the same day morning when I'm starting any alteration I do, it is
Mhm.
seen in that. So keep your partner know your work time. That is first thing that I personally feel that that energy should be there. Then you should explain the nature of your work.
Mhm.
Most couple does not know that what their spouse is doing. What is a commitment? The outside world, they will praise him when when he comes home. They will tell, buy this, buy this. They don't know what he has done and came back. So that it, I had seen mostly the trainers, they complain this to me when they come here. So if I go to the corporate and all these things, people are praising me.
There they would have transformed lives.
Lies. And when I coming home, she had told want to buy some vegetables or some groceries. Maybe I forgot. They come home, they have been fired. It's vice versa also. The wife goes and do so many things and come home. Husband does not understand what she has done because he has no clue what she is doing that. So this boundaries and what is your profession, what is the scope, what you are doing should explain to the life partner 100%.
And I think this is each one's responsibility to do it. Like, what I mean is, whatever is your nature of work, don't wait for them to discover it. They may not understand the impact unless you clearly explain. So, for a lot, a lot of people ask me, "Oh my God, Girish works on weekends. That's so sad and all that." See, I understand the kind of, uh,
Corporate
yeah,
people comes.
most people are free on weekends to come and work with him. So for him, weekends are fully booked. But he makes sure that there are other times that we spend
So
together.
we see that I take off on Thursday. So Thursday is the time for me and her. And according to the demand, certain times
Yeah.
something it's family, there is a function and all these things. I cancel all my clients on Sunday or Saturday, and that moment that is a priority. Maybe all weekends I work. If something is important function, I will switch. So now this should be again should be balanced. We cannot be so rigid that I cannot take Sunday off. It should be, we can be flexible in that.
Yeah. And likewise, if your partner has not watched this video, it is your responsibility to find out more about their work, what is the impact it is creating, and have these discussions of boundaries with each other so that you know what is your spouse doing, what are their work hours, why are they doing it, and what changes they are going to bring about, and also discuss what changes you are going to bring about. Once you do this, you need to communicate this to the rest of your family, like your kids and your in laws or whoever is going to be living with you, and the people at your workplace. They also should know that, let's say, after 10 o'clock, they can't call you. Now, these kind of things should be communicated so that the others can also respect your boundaries and stick to it. That's really important.
Yes, what Jyotsna has told is exactly correct. And one more thing, most important thing, Jyotsna, which I see everywhere, that the partners will not share how much they are earning, how much they are putting time to get that money. So once you know that who is doing what and what is that income they are bringing in, so see
Yeah, both
they
income and impact are important.
impact. So we should know that why is he is working so much. If day and night he works and he's earned so much, if you don't make that much of money at this point of time and you are not nourishing your relationship now, having that money is not going to help anyone. See, there are, for example, I have doctors working with me. Some doctors are eye doctors, so they will be like this time to this time only they work. Some people will be anesthesia. They should go at any time. Some people will surgeon. So even though they are marrying the doctors, some people they don't express that what it is thing. And if they are marrying a engineer or other professions, they should explain them what is an importance that they have, because they will say that I also go to job, I am also earning more than you, you will earn less than that. So now see, this conflict should be put an end. And you don't know how much each person is earning and how much you need as them together. That also should be in that thing. See, I can take more clients, but I know that I and Jyotsna putting this much of thing. This is what my capacity is. This is what we need. So I don't strain myself too much
Yeah.
and put into my family down.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, money will be there. There will be no good health to enjoy that money which I've made. So this, I think that
This is a
most
very, very important point because nowadays opportunities are everywhere
everywhere.
and it will be all these shiny things around you. You want to chase everything, but there is an opportunity cost for everything.
So I and Jyotsna are very clear that how much we need and how much we are ready to spend time for that. So certain things says that no. So for me, I am very clear that how many clients I take a month. I only fix that for so many years. I'm not changing it. If any new clients come, whether if I have time, I will take or shift to the next
Next
month
month.
or send to the other people. I will send to other counselors and healers to make them if they are not so into it. So I feel that this is very important as a couple. You discuss how much money we need.
Yeah. And also, when you're discussing with your partner, ask to each other what are the things that you are doing on a daily basis which you don't like,
Yes.
and immediately eliminate it. Okay, and there are ways to do it. If you don't like cooking, hire a
Yes.
cook. Like for me, I hate driving, so don't do things that you don't like. Hire a driver, because what happens is sometimes we only are very short sighted. We feel, oh, if I hire a driver, 20,000 rupees is gone from my income. But look at it the other way. The amount of energy you will save, the amount of mental stress you will save, will actually give you the time to not just spend with your family, but also be more productive at work and make more money. So see, wherever you can outsource things that you don't like, please do that
So
immediately.
here, if you see that cook we have, maid we have, babysitter we have, so all these people are helping us to be productive. Now, and Jyotsna is sitting here because the babysitter is there to take care of the kids. So like that, you should see that it's not that you give them to the in between. Every 1 2 hours, we will go and see what is happening. Spend time of 10 15 minutes with them, and again we come back to the work. So it is getting balanced.
Absolutely. So the third step is set these boundaries by having a conversation with your partner and communicate these boundaries to all the people concerned. Yeah. Now let's move on to the fourth step. I think this is the most important step, which will make whatever we said practical and actionable.
So it is like scheduling time for your family, for your friends, and for fun, whatever you want to do in your life. Because we see, morning I work from morning 8 to 6
Yeah.
or 8 to 7, or some people 8 to 8. So that is fixed. After that, nothing is fixed. Whatever they do, they will do on this. So
It's not
now,
on your calendar.
yeah,
This is
on
like
the calendar that this is my gym time, this is my family time, this is the time which I'm going to the beach. So if everything is, this is a daytime with my wife, this is a daytime with our family, so everything should be captured. So if you see on Thursday, it, by default we know that we go for a date, or we go for a movie, or we go to anywhere, the friend's house, anything is on, we fix on Thursdays.
yeah. Just like how these Tuesday love bites
Love
live.
yeah.
In the
Whatever it
past,
is that Tuesday 7 o'clock means
yeah.
we will be on. Last week we were VIP day. Even on midst of that, we made sure that we go live.
If this was not in our calendar, we wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we will see that. We will see next week or next day.
Yeah,
So
and I don't even consider this as a part of our work because
yeah,
this is more like contribution. We love talking about these topics, and we love giving value to people who are watching. So we can skip it. Nobody's going to, put a gun on us and ask why haven't you done it. But still, because it's on our calendar, we are able to do it. Likewise, ask yourself which are the things that your family is complaining about. Your wife has been asking you to take her to a temple. You've not done it in years. Please immediately put it on a calendar after discussing with your partner so that it gets done. So there is this famous quote which goes like, what gets scheduled gets done, what doesn't get scheduled gets postponed.
wow, super.
So please,
Can you tell again?
yeah, what gets scheduled gets done. What doesn't get scheduled gets postponed.
Very true. Yeah, it's very, very true that anything it's on the calendar we do, because that's how the mind works. Mind only do things which is charted that that's already is there. We will want to do that. Otherwise, it is not that. So I had seen that so many people 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they talk about, so see, I did so many things in my life for this company and all these things. I did not have quality time with my children. I did not have quality time with my wife. Now I'm 75. She is no more, and now life is. I don't know what to do now. I don't know where to go, what to whom to speak, what to do. See, we should not be in that country. That's why we are talking about this thing. So make sure that you spend quality time with your family. Same time, have a quality time in the workplace also. See, the quality time, how much hours you work is very important, and how productive you are. See, if you are not having a calendar, you will be missing so many things in your workplaces. So in our company, morning we will ask them to say what is your schedule. Evening they will be putting what they are done. If they are not putting what they are going to do in the morning itself, they will miss so many things in the evening when they look. It will be only firefighting they do. So same way in the family also, if you know, as Jyotsna told, if you are not scheduling anything, it's like firefighting in the family also. So I think that scheduling everything in your thing, personal and professional, I think we can enjoy our life.
Yeah.
So any questions, Jyotsna, that
Yeah.
check? No, if
So
is that.
while before we wrap up, I would
Yeah.
like you guys to ask your questions. You can either post it in the comments right now, or you can go to humanconnect.in/ask Girish. The link is right above this video. You can do that. While we are
So
getting the questions, Girish, I just remembered this one book called The Five Regrets of the Dying.
okay.
So in that book, this author who was a researcher, I think that person was a nurse working in a hospital. So she, let me just pull up the book. So this person has actually worked with a lot of people who are terminally ill, who are about to die, and the all those interviews have been analyzed, and she came up with these five main categories that people say that this is my regret before I die. None of them ever said that, I wish I built that house, or I wish I spent more time at work. Nobody ever said that. Most people, I'll tell you some of these regrets. One is, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. This was one of the regret, because if you didn't work so hard, you would have spent that time with the people you love, right? The other one was, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends, right? So these are some things that we ignore as, small things while we are busy with other things that we think are important. But towards the end of our lives, these are the important things that we would wish we had spent time on.
Yeah, that's what it's like your memory, it's your fulfillment, and it's the energy. Because all day you have lots of money and you are not happy, because you regret that what you did not do that. So let us see the questions, Jyotsna.
Yeah. The one question that we got right now is how to find that, how to find if I'm happy with my current job. If not, should I change it or continue doing it?
See, if you are not, good question. So it is like you should see that there will be you are in the flow. You never feel that you are working there. You will enjoy. You will enjoy that. It is that it's you are contributing to the world. It's like your contribution. So I have one staff working with me. She is what I just need to help. She does not see that she's working with us. She said that I just want to help and I'm helping you. And like that, she is contributing to the society, to contributing to herself, to being that, get that good karma. So that is a sign that you are seeing that you are in a flow. Same way, when you work also, you don't complain. The moment you complain, understand that something is wrong with you, or you are in the wrong company, that you are being into that energy. So that is what that energy is, that you are in the wrong place and you are doing the wrong work.
Are you
That's
scared of like Monday mornings, or are you
yeah.
really looking forward when will the weekend start?
Mm.
Those are some signs that you're not enjoying your job. But we can't generally like discard a job just because you're not having fun. Because we need to go deeper to see
What?
what about the job that you don't like. Is it like you may be doing 10 things, maybe 5 things you enjoy and 5 things you don't. So the things that you don't do, can it be given to somebody else, or can you like automate it or do something that you don't have to do it? Or is it the people that you don't like? Sometimes the work culture in the company may be bad, the boss may be bad. So maybe this is not the right team, but you will maybe like thrive very well in another team. So go deeper and analyze before making any big decisions.
And without work, nothing is than this word. So people will say that immediately quit. Don't do that. Says as Johnson told, see that what in your work you do like. Because I've seen people resigning the job and they suffer. So many people are suffering. They are not able to pay the bills in the right time and they don't know what they do. But they see that so many people are starting the business, they start and do, and they are not able to go properly. So do go depth, do a research and see that what you're good at. Work for that for some minimum time, 2 years, 3 years, do it for free. Then you start doing that. Yeah. Yes.
The other question is, can you share some tips on boundaries to be followed in the workplace and in family?
See, to my family, I say that from morning.
Actually, Girish, most important thing. Next week we are going to have a separate live on how to have boundaries in your relationship.
Then next week.
Okay, so that is for that. But in workplace, if you want, you can talk.
Yeah, workplace. That see, I tell my staffs first thing is that first take care of our family. If that is taken care and told what you are going to do in the workplace, it is very easy. So for here, it's a flexi time for them, but they should finish whatever we are given to them. If the family members are happy, the workplace, I don't feel I have any pressure here. So you should see that what type of boss you have. You should ask what is it here. First is family, then only work, because I know that dharma will be taken care.
But
And when
typically
you
in other companies, how do like every
yes, so that's what I'm saying. No, you should know now. Same way the reverse. So you should tell the family that this time to this time is my work time, and this is what my energy I'm spending here, and this is my responsibility. Your job to see that you don't disturb your spouse at that time. I see so many people are chatting over the phone. So many people are messaging each other on that on the productive time. So many people are scrolling the mobile at workplace. That's all our uh, what ethics. What is that? In
yeah,
ethics,
yeah, not good work ethics.
not good work ethics. You should know your discipline, and you waste your our time in the workplace, and you run short of time. So have an integrity to yourself and this things I do, this things I don't do. Without finishing this, I'm not going. So then you have that thing, then you will be very productive in that
Yeah, I think
energy.
having that conversation with whoever you're reporting to, that makes a lot of difference because you can create boundaries, but they need to respect it, right? So you need to tell that this is my plan. So far, I've worked like this, but going forward, for me to be more productive at work, see, ultimately they want the best for the
Result,
company. Yeah.
yes.
So for me to get you better results, I need these things. So in my company, I don't call any of my team members on weekends unless like it's some big
But
emergency, So
yes,
those are the things we do so that the remaining 5 days they are super productive. So that is, I think,
if
really
that's
important.
what Jyotsna, if that they are organized 5 days everything,
Mm.
Saturday Sunday nothing, the boss does not need to call you.
And there could be some other commitments which are not work related. For example, my when I used to work, my company used to encourage my team members to party every weekend
Yes.
or whenever we achieve targets. For me, I don't gel with that culture, so they know very well that I'm not going to come. But I have informed my boss so that they know that not to expect me in those parties. So if you feel pressured that oh everyone is doing so I should also do, have those kind of conversations with your boss.
Yes, that's it. Any
Yeah,
other
we have
questions?
some more questions. Oh, please share the steps again. Okay, we'll quickly
Yes,
walk you through the 4 steps. Step one is to assess your current work
the
situation,
reality.
current reality to see, what can be done. What is step two, Girish? Step two is what are the changes that you can make right now based on your current reality. Step three is you need to have a conversation with your partner to create these work boundaries and then communicate it to all the concerned people. And step four is to schedule time for the different areas of your life, including the fun elements, the friends, family, health, whatever personal time, and schedule it on your calendar so that you don't miss it. Those are the four
So
steps.
4 steps. See, it is all about the inside. Maybe we are doing it, we are not able to connect to it. But see that end of the day, everything is you should enjoy life. That is whether your personal life or your professional life. That should be balanced the way. You cannot have a life only with professional. You cannot have a life only with personal. You should have gel of both. So understand that both are equally important. That's the point that I and Jyotsna and I want to tell to you. It's both are important. You cannot say this is most important and that is not. Both are important.
I have one other question, but we can do it on a separate session on that. It's about how to find the right life partner. I think we've done a live on this, right?
Yes.
So one of our team members will drop the link right below this video. But if you want us to go deeper and talk about it, we'll do it on yet another Love Bites live session.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for those who watched us live and also for those who are watching the replay later. We will see you next Tuesday with yet another interesting topic. Next week topic, as we already disclosed, is about how to create healthy boundaries in your relationship.
Thank you so much. Love you. So anything that you want to ask us, please ask a question in that link. Please let's not share the link.
Yeah, the link is there in the comments. You can post your questions throughout the week. You don't have to wait for the next session. And also, during this week, if you come across anybody whom you think will benefit from the work Girish is doing, then share our clarity session link with them. That is humanconnect.in/apply. That is the link that you should give them so that they can apply for a free clarity session with Girish.
Love you all. Thank you. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.